We help contractors by the hundreds with all of the administrative burdens that surround handling their construction projects. That means helping them with estimating, working with them on all the administration of their supplements, and doing the administrative services back office work that enables them to focus on selling, building, and billing.
We see contractors just starting off, maybe they're struggling with the fundamentals of running a construction business. They partner up with us, their process is now defined, they're able to grow their profit margins and actually scale because they're not held back with the burden of dealing with the supplementing process. And I feel proud of what we've been able to do in this industry.
This is Larry Bache with the Merlin Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Merlin Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for the changing from DMO to RFG, and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I as a contractor appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor that's looking for a PA, especially if you're around Colorado. Great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
There we go. Hey there, all you cool cats and kittens. It's Lee Meteorologist John Choquette here for our daily hail forecast, and I've upgraded my microphone. No more batteries to rip through on this thing. I actually got a pretty legit condenser mic, so hopefully all the levels are on it are okay. And thanks as always, C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, and Artist Supplement and Balance Claims for sponsoring our videos and making it so all these little upgrades I've been incrementally working on can happen. So we had quite a bit of activity yesterday. Top weather headline last night ended up being a 5-star map in the Shreveport area. We had a 4-star map near Houston as well, and it looks like we're gonna see a little bit more hail today, possible across Tennessee, and even tomorrow for the Miami, Florida area. So interesting and not crazy high-end risks today or tomorrow, but we'll be really looking at up also next week as well. And follow Derek on KOCO. I mean, we were out chasing for him yesterday. It wasn't a whole lot going on in the areas that we got sent to, but since there is that chance for some severe weather on Tuesday, I'll probably be out there as well. So this is the 5-star map we made yesterday. It was for the Shreveport, Louisiana area, Mount Pleasant and Marshall, Texas, and there was up to softball size hail in some of this, and about 63,000 homes impacted. Yeah, it just hailed in San Antonio. Yes, just a note, there was, right before I went live here, some storms did form just pretty much on the eastern side of San Antonio and pushing east, around $quarter to $half size hail, probably mostly in more rural areas just the east of San Antonio. Here's some pictures from that Shreveport storm yesterday. I mean, look at the size of this hail. It was crazy. We had, I mean, this is like the size of a softball up above the picture of the broken out window. Very strong winds were with this. So a lot of the burbs to the north of Shreveport got pounded by this thing with 60 to 70 mile per hour winds, and the hail sizes up to softballs. Yeah, you're blowing out windows, you're messing up some roofs, some crazy stuff there on the north side of the Shreveport area. And we also had that 4-star map. I was doing live coverage. These happened pretty much at the same time. This was in Magnolia, Tomball, and Spring, Texas, is north and northwest of Houston itself. There was about 2-inch hail maximum in the town of Magnolia. About 77,000 homes impacted. And here's some pictures here. Obviously, this hail is a little bit of a downgrade from the crazy stuff up by Shreveport. But hey, man, that's still looks like some very hard hail, large quantities of hail falling with this, ranging from, that quarter to up to 2-inch size in places. So go check those out, both available on hailtrace.com. So this is your forecast for today. We're looking at basically one area in eastern Tennessee. I have a very, very low end chance in Nashville. I think storms are going to stay just to Nashville's east, but Knoxville, Tennessee, and possibly even as far south as Chattanooga could see some storms later on this afternoon. Anywhere in that hatched area could see maybe up to golf ball size hail, with maybe one storm can really get going. I think for the most part, it's a pretty blanket statement, probably quarter to $50 size hail, but there is that potential that the strongest storms of the day could end up having up to golf ball size hail. We're going to break it down a little bit just for Knoxville, Tennessee. Anywhere between 4 and 7 p.m. Eastern time, we could see hail up to golf balls again. That is the strongest possible storm. Much more likely we're going to be seeing hail closer to that quarter to $50 size. So a low chance of hail. I think these storms are going to be kind of isolated. And there's a lot of rain in the area right now, so it's very possible these things may not end up even firing this afternoon. And then we have a slightly lower chance of, again, that golf ball size hail. That's your absolute maximum potential. So this is what we're looking at here for that future radar. Could see some storms, again, forming after about 3 o'clock Central Time, so after about 4. And then moves on through pretty quickly. And then I think in the late night hours, we could even see some stuff in eastern Tennessee. And I mean, that's what we're looking at there for today. Again, just some isolated storms that form a little bit later on there in the Smoky Mountains. And there's your Sunday forecast. We're going all the way down to southern Florida here, where we could see quarter to $50 size hail forming in the afternoon hours, anywhere from Miami up to Port St. Lucie. So we will see how that all pans out. You can look at the future radar for tomorrow for your Sunday. Unless this really turns to a way of... Is this way more hail than usual for this early in there? Yes, so I haven't had a chance to add that up yet, since you are asking about that, Michael. We've had quite a bit more hail so far in April than the last 2 Aprils, I think, combined at this point. Last April was below average, and then 2018's April was a record low. So I think we're only right around what the statistical average is so far for April, maybe even just slightly above it. I'll have to go and add it up, but since it's been so quiet the last couple of years, this has felt extremely active. So, and there has been a lot of storms in different areas as well. Typically in April and March, you're really seeing stuff only in about Texas, the Dallas area, or in like Oklahoma. So we kind of been spreading it out this year. Ironically, Dallas hasn't had a 5-star map yet, but we've been kind of spreading the love to other places so far this year. So since we're asked or kind of talking about the Dallas area, I will push ahead to the look-ahead map. Low severe chances on Monday. Obviously, tomorrow, the risk is in the Miami area. That means that instability is way in the southeast. But Tuesday, there we go. There's your chance. That's probably your best chance of hail for the Dallas area, for Oklahoma City, for Tulsa, and then Shreveport again, parts of eastern Arkansas. This is an interesting looking forecast. Could be, again, almost something you'd see more in the summertime, but we'll be watching this super carefully. Again, we could be seeing some pretty big hail with this on Tuesday. That's where probably our focus here at Hail Trace for this week. San Antonio has seen a thing, so many false alarms. Yes, I know that San Antonio keeps managing to get a decent setup, and then it ends up not really happening. That's unfortunately weather for you. Everything, all the dominoes climb up, but nobody tips the first domino, nothing happens. So, let's see. I'm actually, you guys are throwing out some questions here. Any correlation between lots of hail and less CO2 emissions due to coronavirus quarantine? No. This is that there's not really any correlation. It's the weather is doing its own thing, regardless. Less pollution's nice. It's better for your air quality, but in terms of impacting immediately, like large scale systems like this, it's pretty minimal, probably negligible. And then missing anything for North Carolina in the forecast. North Carolina, you could see tonight maybe some quarter size hail. So that's what you're looking at. So we're looking at Tuesday. That's your next chance of severe weather for places like Dallas. And then too much uncertainty on Wednesday. The computer models are having a very hard time with anything beyond just a couple days so far this year. I know I've said it a bunch of times. I'm just going to keep saying it. So I'm kind of keeping my extended forecasts sort of vague or not at all. Because when every single time we're looking at stuff and it ends up going and making some hail or making a big system come through, and then the next day we're looking at it, and it's like, nah, never mind, there's going to be nothing. So, okay. What about farther north? Farther north, I mean, if you're talking about Kansas, Kansas City hasn't seen, I don't see anything for Tuesday. And then when we're really starting to get much further north, it's going to be May. So, I mean, you're a couple weeks away from things starting to kind of turn on. I think with the way the pattern is setting up, second half of May, we could even see some activity start showing up in the like Denver area, and then Great Lakes. I know you guys had a crazy early start here in April, but more typical second half of May and into June for the Great Lakes region, like Indiana. Somebody asked about what's the parameters for a five-star map. Usually something where we can confirm that there is definitely significant damage of some kind, usually very large hail hitting a certain amount of homes, and so it's like usually I think over like 10,000 or something along the lines of that. So looks like crazy. All the best Kansas City storms were in April. Yes, Kansas City is in a weird spot where you can get storms in March, you can get storms in August, you can get storms in June, or apparently not really get the storms at all. We'll see how that all pans out. Again, I think we're seeing a very active May coming up here, so there's going to probably be ample chances for severe weather, especially in the plains, which is your typical peak season location. So that's all I got for the next couple of days. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you like to screw around on social media, except for maybe TikTok. We don't really TikTok at all. I think that's mostly for everybody's kids and less for us. But it's at Hail Trace, pretty simple. You want to watch us on TV, check us out on YouTube. Hit See First on Facebook so you don't miss any of our posts there and our live coverage. Instagram and Twitter, we post content on there sometimes as well. And give us a call at 855-334-4245. We are answering the phones today. Don't worry, just because it's the weekend doesn't mean we're not working. And you can email us as well at info@hailtrace.com. Any comments, questions, concerns, you can set up a training, new to Hail Trace, want to get the maps that happened last night, whatever it needs to be. So, yes, I did get the icons fixed. And visit our website for more details as well at hailtrace.com. You can message us on Intercom through there as well. Thanks for tuning in on a Saturday, guys. I'll probably, unless something really crazy happens today or tomorrow trends up a lot, I may not do a live forecast tomorrow. If you've been keeping track, I've been doing these every single day for about 3 straight weeks. So I see a quiet day in the pattern. I might take a little bit of rest before we restart again on Monday, but if things do trend up a lot, then I'll be here for a forecast tomorrow. If not, I'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you then.